Hello. Good evening. This is Gamer Lily here, and today we're back with another video where I will be creating the vampire household. Also, that should be closed. I don't know why that's open. Anywho, but today we will continue on with our Supernature rental apartment. Today I am starting with the vampire house apartment. With this, I will be doing a theme. Will these highlights of these apartments match those themes? Not really, because the werewolf one is actually black, while the vampire will be a green, and the mermaid, well, we'll go on with that. I will keep the purple for the spellcasters, but for right now, we are starting with the color green, meaning the vampires will be wearing green. Everything will be green, even though they are drinking red blood. So, let's get started. Okay, I already started on the kitchen, technically, on the last video. Well, the first video, actually. But there was some mishaps, so I couldn't exactly show that video part. So today, I will be showing what I will be doing next in this household. Anywho, I already got the table, the kitchen. Now I'm going to start on the living room as well. The living room will be right here close to their bedroom. Right? Oh, no. The nursery. I'm sorry. This is the nursery. This is their bedroom. I kind of messed up on how I was planning on this. And it seems like I did the exact same thing, but opposite side. Which, technically, I do not apologize for. I think that's actually smart. It kind of like a way to go. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm going to start on... Hold on. Y'all probably can't hear the music, so I'm going to slightly turn it up. Slightly. That's new. Okay, a few of this stuff is new. I'm sorry, I just updated my Sims today, so it kind of showing when I do stuff like this. Anywho, like I said, I was gonna... Oh, it's already high. I'll just turn this up slightly higher. But you probably won't hear that much. Anywho, let's get started. So, living room, but like sofas and stuff. So, right now I should actually select the color, which is green. So that way, anything that pops up will be green. Will I see vampire ones? Yes, I will. Okay, so there is a few options for the vampire ones, but unfortunately, it's not a lot. So hold on, let me show you what I mean. See, not a lot, but we can work with it. Like the color scheme. Oh, another thing, we need lighting. Oof, that's ugly. But it will have to work for now. I'm surprised that literally stood. Ah. Here we are. But you would need like tables for this, end tables, right? So we'll do that. We'll add some end tables at the end. I'm gonna place some spots where they will be at. Like how there's gonna be an end table right here. Will there be an end table right there? No, not really. But I think I forgot to add a garbage can to my last home. So I need to add a trash bin to here first before anything. I'll add the trash bin to my other rental place after. Oh shoot, I'm in the wrong one. I'm sorry. Okay, now we got one. Yeah, why not? Let's use this because they're they're equal eco-friendly. I think I'm saying that wrong. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing words that seem like they're just wrong. Anywho, like I said, I'm gonna just be adding stuff in here first before I paint the walls and ceilings and the floors, because I always thought add the stuff in first because you have these lines and these to help you figure out where to place them. Usually you can't really do a good job with it. Anyway, let's add this couch. So the couch I am going with, will I go with the vampire type deal? Yes, because again, this is a vampire rental apartment. So, and yes, I was being funny with the names because, well, come on. They were just asking me to literally call them that. Like, we're home, like werewolves, it makes sense. Very dusty, obviously, because fairies drop dust. Home invasion, aliens. Hello, is anyone getting these? Spell shield, well, that one, it was kind of obvious. Spellcasters, I didn't want to go with witch or magicians because it's or wizards, because it's kind of, what's the word? Just very original, basically. So I wanted to add something different. So yes, I was being funny when I wrote these names. Do not make fun. They are actually awesome. I believe I did a damn good job with them. But anywho, right. Like I said, I was gonna add a couch. I'm gonna go with this one because it's cute. It suits the area, and we have chairs like these that make it look kind of. And no, not every single apartment will look the same. They will have different things that calls out more to their occult. That's the real word for supernaturals. Occult. Not like cult from a horse, but an occult. Anywho, I need to add a coffee table. Dang, y'all don't even have those. Like, vampire style. I think this suits the vampires more because the vampires, I think, have a more sophisticated way of being. So I've always thought, like, hey, why not? It suits the area. Anywho, I am also trying to keep it the lot value the same. Like, it's already, that's how pricey it is already, and that's 15. This is 18. Like that's a 3,000 simoleon difference. So I'm gonna have to do some cheap stuff in here just to make it not pricey for my Sims. Although when they moved in, it was not what I expected. It was not necessarily this. Well, this is the unit value, but their rent is actually how many tiles that unit has. So I'm glad that all my apartments are equal. I thought that was smart, even though I did not even realize I was doing that. But then again, I wanted it to be like equal for all the floors. So I am not surprised that I did that without thinking. But yeah, so the start value is like, oh, why is that more? There's nothing in here. Okay, that's curious. That's 4,000. This is 3,000. This is 3,000. This is 3,000. Okay, something's in here that is making that very pricey. So, because it's supposed to be of each, and they're supposed to be equal, so I'm not really understanding what's going on. Like, they're supposed to be the same, yet they're just... I have a shower. That's the interesting part. They don't say bathtub, they say shower. So what I do is I do a shower and bathtub because it still counts as a shower. Like, let me show you. Shit, I can't even check it. Well, I'll check it when I go in there next time. But clearly, obviously the decorations are 0. Although it says it's optional, but I will add more decorations to all my apartments once all of my tenants are in here. So that way, again, supernature rental. So basically a supernatural apartment for occults. No humans besides their landlord, which I'm pretty sure the vampires are gonna drink his blood. Anywho, and yes, it is a male. That I checked it when I was working on my werewolves. Anyway, so I've played with all of these occult sims at some point, minus the fairy one and minus the aliens. I don't necessarily do a lot of alien sims unless it's like doing one of those scenarios, which are good because it's like it keeps you engaged into the game and you do quests with the game, so it's not just all just about building and oh, ascent tables. I need to look up green. Fortunately, I hope they have the color I want, because it's like, do you really want a table that's not like suiting the color or going with the color? Like, everyone has their thing that they want to do and stuff like that. But for me, I always go with, and no, the aliens will not be green. They will be orange. I will actually keep the color outline orange because I'm already using green for my Vampires. I've never actually done vampires that wear green. I know their usual color is actually red, black, white, rarely blue, and rarely gold. But other than that, they've never done green. I've never done green, so I am curious how the green will look for this. Also, I'm kind of the reason why I started this whole YouTube account is because I was inspired by other sim players that be building beautiful houses and homes and be doing these challenges. Though 100 babies for one sim, that's a lot of kids. I'm pretty sure that sim will be dead after the 100th kid. I am just saying. But they would be dead. But I am not going to make that attempt because that's just crazy. And why do that? That just doesn't make sense. I know it's a task or a thing that people like to do, but for me, that is too many kids, too many crying babies, too many toddlers running around like they have no sense, too many kids that think they can just act the way they want to act, and too many, what's the word? Teenagers trying to ignore their parents and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm kind of not a person that would do multiple, like 100 kids. I will now. To be honest, I do have a few Sims that have multiple children already. Like one of my Sims actually have 2 teenagers, 2 kids, 2 toddlers, and 1 baby infant. So I think it works out pretty well. And that's already 7. Plus the 1 parent. Yes, I also like doing a single parent thing. Though I do try to make my Sims have, or make the children of my Sims have 2 parents because, who wouldn't want 2 parents just there for them? And there is sides to them. So anywho, I'm getting off track. I am trying to make this look like something, and I think that does it. But there is one thing I should add. No, that doesn't work. A rug. We need a rug that just pops it out more, like this one? Does that look ugly? No, it actually fits the dark green a little bit. I'm trying to stick with the slightly dark green, slightly light green, as you can see by the theme of it. This is like a light dark green with a light green in the mixture. Wait, hold on. Does this? No, this isn't even green, so never mind. But it suits the whole aspect. Am I gonna add curtains? I'm not really sure yet, but what I am planning on doing on the next video after I'm done with all of these is finish coloring the whole place in from the bottom, because this is like the entrance. So I will build a game room here so they actually have stuff to do and also to interact with their neighbors. In in that apartment because some, although there is some rivalry between vampire and werewolf, actually, they're the only ones that actually have the rivalry. The mermaids, spellcasters, fairy dust, and aliens don't actually have a problem. Isn't that crazy? They don't actually have a problem. So, although I am curious, what is the alien's little highlight thing? You know, the little simoleon thing when you're playing that specific sin and it rotates and it actually shows you what a code it is. I am curious what the aliens are. Because I've seen the werewolves, it's actually the moon cycles. I've seen the vampires, it's a bat. I've seen the mermaids, it's just waves. I've seen the spellcasters, it's like a little sparkly spell just circling around. I've seen the fairies, which is similar, but it looks like wind instead of the spells like the spellcasters. But aliens, I do not have a that is ugly. Doesn't that look ugly? I don't like that. That's just the wrong color. And they don't even have a dark green. See, vampires do not have a lot of colors that suit them. But when you have colors like this that do suit them, you'd be curious, why isn't most of it like that? I really have no idea why they are like that, but I will try to ooh, I like this better. It actually gets a darker shade in. I am gonna try to add like a darker shade to it, you know, to give it that oomph. Because, come on, who wouldn't want a darker green rug? My taste may not be as good, but I know when something needs to match. I try to match it as best as possible, even if it looks crazy. But that's just me. Um, but like I said, with the whole Sims thing, I've actually started, I'm not gonna go with that rug. I actually started because my mom was playing it and she's been playing it for years. So I got into it by watching her, and then she introduced me to it when I was younger. And then as I got older, I got the Sims and I started playing and started building. First, I started with the base game, then I added more to my collection of Sims. Maybe don't add a rug, maybe it just needs a table. Anywho, but like, not a lot of people thought I was like, ooh, a radio classic one. That would actually work. Ooh, radiators. Okay, these are good. They actually suit the color scheme. I might actually add a radiator again. You know, just to keep the... Ooh, I like it long though. I'll just place it here. Oh, I can't. That's crazy. Oh, I can. It just have to be rotated anyway. But I've, like I said, I started The Sims because my mom was playing it, and I was always watching her play it while I was growing up. So I got interested in what she was doing, how she was doing it, and stuff like that. And I figured, hey, why not? I'll try it. But that was once I got a little bit older, and I actually actually asked. Yeah, add some grass to there. Yes, I'm making them look like gardeners, which is perfect because there is a little garden out there, but I would have to do something about the vampires little. I can't stay in the sun. It burns me. Which is kind of interesting how with the Sims games, they actually did a whole lot better in trying to make it seem like, nah, they just need to be, they just have to tolerate the sun. Plus, with green, I always thought like with the green, you gotta be dealing with the sun all the time. So I thought, hey, why not? It's a smart thing to do. Anywho, ooh, add some art paintings. Let's see. Let's see what what the vampire pack has. Just that. Wow, a tapestry. But ooh, it works. It totally works. Now it looks like they actually like the grass. Anywho, and the sun. But, anywho, like I was saying, I grew up just watching my mom do this. So, I technically. But, in a sense, I am still new at this. I do not have even though I have a wild imagination, once I think of something, I start building it or making it. That's just how I am with when it comes to my art and stuff. So, actually, I can slightly show you what I mean. I'll just ignore the households, but I will show you the custom content houses that I've done. Basically, I've done a lot. I created this not too long ago, actually. I built this. Oh, I remember this house. Right, I built this house for my family that I told you that has the multiple children, kids room, toddlers room, teen. They are upstairs. The parent is downstairs. It makes sense. The kitchen right there. Backyard, you can slightly see it. But basically, that's one of my houses that I've built. I've also built this house. What was this called? Oh, this was my spellcaster house. I think. No, it's not my spellcaster house. This is something else entirely. Not my spellcaster house. I'm sorry. That is something. So, how many bedrooms was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, 6. If you count that, because that's a office. And that's actually bathrooms. Yeah, I like doing multiple bathrooms. It's smart because you have to like travel. Oh, I remember this. I did like a whole theme. Each corner was a color that I just did with like blue, green, purple, and pink, which are actually one of my. All 4 of those are actually, well, the 2, purple and pink, are my favorites, but I do love working with green, especially a light green and a light blue, because it works, especially when you have that tone where, this is my spellcaster house. See, so, yeah, this is my spellcaster house. This is my mermaid house. Yes, I've done houses that's just specifically for mermaids and spellcasters and werewolves. I've actually done a few of those. So I am actually happy about how I did these, and especially the color theme. Like I said, I love doing color themes. Oh, and here's one of my houses where I actually built this whole house by myself. Like, there's nothing you can say that doesn't say this isn't for a rich house. Like, they have all the stuff they need. And this is mainly from not just growing together, but also the rental. Of course, that was when this is actually the first house I built with the fairy pack. So we have fairy, werewolf, vampire, spellcaster, parenthood. Oh, island living. High school years. I could have sworn I added the get to work one. And yes, I've done a lot of houses. I've even made houses that are just one building and it's just a big giant house. Who wouldn't like space? But I will say it would be a lot of mess and trashy stuff that you would have to actually build. Oh, I remember building that. I don't think I finished that. I don't think I even finished this either. This was a retail design that I was doing. Yeah, some of these I kind of was actually... Oh, and this is my first rental where it's just alien and I think mermaid. Yeah, I went with an alien and mermaid roommates type deal because who wouldn't want that? Anywho, I also... Did I build this? No, I don't think I built this. This is someone else's idea. I'm not taking credit for this. This is someone else's. Just like this is someone else's. This isn't... Yeah, no. Some of these aren't mine, actually. Hold on, let me go to mine. Okay, now we got all of mine. Oh yeah, I've basically done as much as possible with all the packs that I have. Especially, like I said, I love doing these multicolor type deals. It just suits the whole thing, especially upstairs. And that's for like twins and stuff like that. So basically you have an upstairs and you have a downstairs that basically just matches the rooms that are also downstairs. So yeah, I will say this was actually a lot bigger. I planned it not to be like this, but it ended up being that way anyway. So I remember building this. This was an amazing build that I created. I loved it. I loved building this. Especially as the Sims got older and stuff. I just loved building these. This is just a library. Just green, all green, all green. But I did a damn good job with it. I've seen the libraries they've built. I thought I could give it a try and see if I could do better. I did. No offense, but I did. Huh. Some of the stuff is missing. It shouldn't be like that. And I am serious, it shouldn't be like that. There should be a kitchen added. But then again, if I remember right, I did kind of slightly change that house a lot. So that is not the original one. That is the modern version of them. Anywho, I am getting distracted. Those are some of my stuff. Anywho, back to here. What was going? Right, I got the living room down. Boom, done. But this rug, I really want a rug in here. And is it wrong that I don't have a lot of big rugs? I feel like that's ugly. I feel like that the rugs would make a difference. Ooh, this matches the actual chest thing. So I'll go with that. It works. Anywho. Oh, okay. Vampire. I love saying that. It's just funny to say it. Vampire. Makes it sound like they have an accent when they say vampire. Vampire instead of vampire. Pyre. Pyre. Vampire. 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 Vamper. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. I think it's spelled differently. Vampire. I just can't remember at this moment. I think there's an A in it though. An A-R-E. I might be spelling that wrong too. I'll check when I do this. Anywho, let's get started with the rooms, like the nursery. Now, again, we're trying to stick with the color scheme. So let's find something that suits it. This works, but it's too much of a dark green to actually work. Because as you can see, we don't have that type of green. But this can be an alternative when you look at it. As for the bathroom door, should it be the same or should it be different? I think it should be the same. But I'm still going to keep the doors in the same positions as the other ones as well. Because, like, what's not going to be, like, this is supposed to be, like, similar but not really similar. Like, the color scheme, like, the stuff in it. Well, minus the shelving. Though, I think those are the only colors for, yeah, black and white and then brown. Yet, no. So, these two will only have this countertop. Other than that, the mermaid, the spellcasters, the fairies, and the aliens will have a different color. Especially the aliens. There's not going to be a lot of orange, even though I'm pretty sure I'm going to be wrong. Because I think I just saw one of my builds having like all green. Dang. Let's see if we can add a vampire bassinet. There is a bassinet for vampires. I have looked. Do I think... Ah, here we are. Now. That sucks. They do not have... See, this is why I don't like the vampires. Oh, wait. They just spelt it. See? It's not spelt that way. It's vampires, which is Pires. This is vampire. Okay, I'm just having fun with just making that sound. Besides, it's funny. Who wouldn't want funny? It's just a part of the whole thing. Anywho, I think infants and toddlers, yeah, this is all the stuff for the infants and toddlers. When it's green like this, the bassinets, ooh, I hope y'all have a bassinet. If y'all don't, I would be crying right now. They do have a green, but I don't want to do that. I want to wait for the fairies. Speaking of which, I'm gonna choose a different color for the fairies. Because come on, we can't have the same color. It wouldn't be right. But the question is, what type of color? We have that, we have yellow, but we're not doing that. We have this light blue, which I think is best suited for them. A light blue type of color. Anywho, I think those will be the colors and the themes of the rental apartments and their color scheme. Anywho, we have to hurry up because I've been talking too much and I actually want to finish coloring this in and stuff like that. So what I am gonna do is do what vampires do. Find a color that suits the color that I want. I guess this room is gonna be a very light green. Will it be in the same area? Oh, wait. Should I be adding this first yet? Anywho. And well, they have fairy tale bassinets. And it comes in green. Y'all are really making it hard for me to say no to you. So you know what? Because you did that, I will do a green type deal. First, I need some lighting. This is just horrible. Also, green. Just all green. Let's see. Kid furniture. Look at that. Already. Anywho, let's see. We'll wait for the bassinets for right now. Right now, we're just trying to add stuff in here, like wipes and stuff like that. Those aren't for kids, though. Even though they say it's for infants, but those aren't for infants. Like, none of those are for infants. But then again, who am I to judge? Ooh, and a bookshelf? Y'all better do me right. Okay, so they seem to only have this green, and that looks ugly. A lighter green would be fine. Yeah, here it is. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. A dark brown tone right here, or actually here, because this is no, I'm doing it all wrong. This is in the opposite position. Don't ask me how I know. I don't. No, that stays there. Let's just keep this here. This, on the other hand, will be in the middle. Again, I am not trying to put it in the same position as the others, but they're making it real hard for me to not do it. So, anywho, kids decorations. Ooh, look, we have an elephant, dinosaur. They love elephants. Let's add an elephant. Anywho, and a dinosaur. It's cute. What do you take me for? Anywho, lighting, stuff like this. Ooh, a height chart. That is cute, and it actually suits the whole thing that I'm trying to do. Let's do that. Do I think it's too much? No, never. Nothing's ever too much for a kid. Come on. This is me we're talking about. We always gotta add the stuff that actually matter. Ooh, I should add an end table in here though. I'd add those later. Do I think that they would need more windows? Not really, because of the lights. So they're actually showbiz. Whatever anyone says. Anywho. And no, I am not old. Just sometimes people be saying that. And sometimes they make no sense whatsoever. Ooh, that suits the coloring very well. Actually. Wow, those are really good ones. Okay, which ones am I going with? I like this one. So, let's go with this one. It suits the coloring. And besides, we don't have to use this anymore. Sorry. Anywho. Bassinet, check. Anything else? No, I'm pretty sure that's it. Besides a toilet and some toys. Which, by the way, where's a table when you need one? Like, I know they have chests and stuff, but even I say surfaces. Okay, countertops, table. Okay, it should be like a it should be sorry, I was not trying to do anything. I was just Sometimes I do that sometimes when I'm trying to focus on what I'm trying to do. Wasn't because I was trying to shush anyone. I am trying to find the best thing for the kid. It's hard looking for stuff for kids. Now I understand how parents feel. It's like, why do you need this many stuff? You are just a kid. Anywho, I do need lights. Hold on. I need to go back to the kids section to add toys. No, that's for oops, sorry. My bad. I gotta hurry up. It's almost time for me to go. Even though I really enjoy playing this. Way too much, really. That is an ugly thing. Who wants that? That doesn't look nothing like anything. That looks like someone put a hammer to it. Yeah, I don't like that. Who likes toys like that? That's just creepy. Anywho, add this, why don't ya? And add this too. Yes, I like spoiling kids. It's just the way to go. I mean, come on. They're children. Are you gonna just say no just because of things? Like, that doesn't make sense. Anywho, no, I am not trying to make this into a part 2. So okay, now I got it. Do I want to add anything else? Well, lighting. That would be nice. Okay. Lighting. What am I gonna use? Sometimes it's hard just doing stuff like this. Wow. Now I honestly know how parents feel. Even though I'm not a parent myself. Buying stuff for these sim kids are very pricey. Very pricey. Indeed. How much is... Damn! I already passed the... Okay. I said I was gonna try to do less. So less would be like the 50. Okay. So let's look for less. That's 70. That's 80. That's 90. That's 100. Oh, damn. Okay. That actually works. That works the coloring. Besides, does that not look better? Does it not? No. Okay. That's on me. But it works. I mean, come on. It's worth the $350. Just saying. Anyway, cheap. Will it be pricey? Actually, I am curious. I'll save this. Alright, okay. Now let me just go in here for a minute. Apologies. I know this is gonna be like, yo, what the heck? I just need to check something. That's interesting. How about this? 17. Huh. What was different from here? I did less. They weren't as pricey. Ew. Yeah, see, I even did this for each lot. Like this should just show optional furnishing. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a few things. Well, this is gonna suck. Unfortunately, this will be a part 2, but of what exactly? I need to know the price ranges on these. 200. Okay, no wonder. Okay, price down. Let's just move this over here. Make it look a little bit neater. That's 100. This 50. This. Oh right, I forgot. I'll keep that. It suits the thing. This 1,000. No wonder. I was sure wondering, like, why is it so much? That was why. What about the radiator? 100? You sure? I don't trust that. 50. Table. 560. Okay. 180. Okay, makes sense. And I only used 2 of those. None of this should even be in the lower price range. Like, none. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I'm gonna be deleting a few of these. 100 for you. You 85. You 90. 90 for this little small bear. Yeah, no thanks. Newborn gift basket. Well, I mean, you can just get one when you do that a whole scenario thing. Anywho, back to the parents. Again, these aren't gonna be like very big rooms for the parents, at least, because, well, come on, this is the parents' rooms. Not a lot of stuff is in the parents' room besides the bed, and that's gross. You know, I'm just saying that because I'm just funny like that. Anywho, green. Maybe not. I might be able to finish this in a very decent way. 1,000? Bullshit. Oh, pardon my language, but this is some bullshit. Very sophisticated. Ooh. Excuse me for a minute. 50 for those doors? Yeah. Some of these might actually be a little bit pricey. Especially these. Okay. I need less pricey, more, what's the word? Under my bed range? $3,000, 1,000, 1,000. That is too much for these big beds. And honestly, they're being generous. If I understand it correctly, they are being very generous. But these colors, I really don't like these colors. Ooh, it's the bed that the wolves have. So this will work. How do I know? I'm just me. I know everything. Anywho, probably move the door there. Move the bed here? Will he be able to walk? I would need to look at the other one. Damn it, I should have just done the whole building thing. Then it would actually be there. Damn it. But I want to add an accent table, so it's only makes sense if I just do what I need to do. Anywho, sounds like I'm trying to do a time limit. This one? It works. Anywho, lighting. Yes, I'm kind of slightly rushing. Okay. Dresser. Services. That says counters. That does not say dresses. Where are the dresses? Ah, storage. Duh. Ooh. 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 Does that not look good? But that looks ugly. Mixed with that color. So let's do a light green that matches. Like this. Will I be able to get past is the question. Well, if we do this, if we move things around, we might be able to add the dresser here instead of over there. And I think this sounds so this seems like such a classic thing a vampire would do. Just stack books and just stack them. Anywho, what? They're vampires. Come on now. I added something for the werewolves. They had no shack, but they have this. That's just saying too much. Anywho, coloring. Now, they should be able to suit me with the color that works. Victorian, let's see. That actually works. Oh shoot, I need to do the bathroom. I always forget to do the bathroom. Anywho, I'm only talking low because I think I just heard my parent. Anywho, and they're actually asleep, so shh. Anywho, no. Let's just do a regular sink with a regular shower. Should it be with a regular toilet? Yes. Do I think the toilet is gonna be too much? Maybe. It's possible. Will I think it's ugly? Most definitely. Because I have realized they do not make the best toilets. No matter how hard you look for them. No offense to the Sim creators. Y'all did great with the game, but some of these toilets are kind of ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen someone actually use this as a toilet thing. Anyhow, mirror. Really? No vampire ones? I've been trying to stick with a theme here, vampire, but not really that much to go with, huh? Oh, wrong way. Okay, now we're done. Oh, wait. Need to add one more essential thing. A rug. Now this... Oh, that looks ugly, and it's too big anyway. Now, it suits the color, so I'll move it back. Anyhow, now we are actually done. Now all we have to do is add the greenery. So I already did that. The bedrooms of the vampires. Alright, it's gonna be a different color. This, well, not a different color, but you know, just gonna be different. Yeah, fancy, but it's gonna be different. Listen, you don't want the same wallpaper for all of them. It just looks crazy, like I did with the werewolves. It fixed the part of the tone is kind of different. We're kind of trying to go with a green that suits the bed as well. That looks like puke. I'm sorry, that just looked like puke. Anywho, I'll go with this for the vampire kid. What? I'm still gonna make it look fun and something. I'm not gonna make it look that weird. This suits the color best. And now for the wall for the bathroom, it has to be a tile, a green tile. Let's see. Yeah, it'll have to do. That's the only green that actually looks like it's green and not a different color. Anywho, now for the floors, we're still trying to keep the tile. Let's keep this. Now we're done with the bathroom. Now, is the ceiling gonna be the same as the floor color? That is up for debate. That's a lot of carpets. The vampires aren't really a carpet people. Have you seen them walk on carpets? Just saying. Have you seen them walk on carpets? Not really, besides these carpets. Let's try. That works. Works for all the rooms, actually. Now, for the ceiling, yes, I will be, just doing this, and then this. Will it be enough time to do the vampires themselves? No, unfortunately, this is the end of my video. I will be creating their vampire Sims. I will be creating the vampire Sims to live in here and be the neighbors of werewolves. So stay tuned for that next video. And then after that, I will go on to my mermaid, my spellcasters, not on the same day. I will do the vampire and the mermaids on the same day. But the spellcasters will have to wait another day. The fairies will have to wait another day. And so will the aliens. I know you guys are just eager to see what would happen if I just... Ooh, shit. That's just a lot. Okay. 80,000. No wonder. It's still under their price range, I think. Anywho, I have to make sure this is actually a oven. Oh shoot, I didn't add an oven? Why did no one tell me I didn't add an oven? Adding an oven is always the part. Anywho, right, they didn't have necessarily a good green stove. So I was debating on which one I would use. I'll go with this one because it's cute. I like the growing together one. It's cute and adorable. Like, come on. And it looks so neat. It just fits the whole aura. So they have some little modern technology in there. Okay, the TV doesn't really count, but it is in there. Anywho, thanks. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna override it too. Okay. Override it so that way it's not the same. Anywho, this is the end of my video. I really hoped you enjoyed playing with me as I build the vampire rental house, the vampire, or apartment. Actually, I'm sorry, I keep on saying house because I'm so used to building houses with multiple rooms, so I'm still getting used to that. Anywho, like I said, next video I will be doing creating the vampires themselves, the two vampires that will be living in there, and their accent will still be green like I did with the werewolves. We are trying to keep the color of what's on the unit figure right here. Those will be the colors we will be following. Again, thanks for watching, Gamer Lily. See you in the next one. Bye.